My name is Schmidt. I'm Senator in District 33. My wife and I, Tony, many of you may have met her. We've been married 43 years. We have 4 adult children, and they're all doing well. And I appreciate the fact that they're doing well. Also, we have a small business we've been running. We have 18 employees, and it's doing well, just like my kids. For the last 2 years, I've been privileged to serve as your state senator in District 33. I have pledged to take a strong stand on values of family, values of the economy, and I believe that I don't mean to turn the clock back to the 50s and the good old days, but I remember those days when we used to, our kids enjoyed their lives, enjoyed what was going on, and not to say that they're not today, but they're afraid. And as I've gone door to door in my campaign, I've asked people, how do you feel about what's going on? And people are saying, we're afraid. We don't know. I asked, why do you feel that way? And many of them said, because we don't trust our government. And I thought, oh, man. And I said, why not? And they said, because they say one thing one day and something the next, and they promise things they can't promise, and they expect us to believe that stuff. And so I'm going to try my very best. If I make a promise or say what I'm going to do, for sure I'm going to see if I can do it, because a lot of times you hear a candidate say, I'll give you this and I'll give you that, and you wonder, how on earth is he going to do that? And it would be fun if you had time to just sit and watch how they're going to accomplish that. However, I am going to try, and I thought I did a real good job last time keeping my promise. You don't always get everything you want, because there's 34 other senators that have to vote, and many of them have to vote your way to get this stuff accomplished. So what I am saying is I'll do my very, very best. My record shows that I voted against raising taxes 7 times last session. I voted for lowering taxes 3 times, and voted for tax breaks 11 times. I really tried my very best to look for the bills that had an extra surcharge for a permit or these kind of things, which in my mind I thought those another word for taxes. And I tried to go that way because I heard him say, I'm going to downsize government. And I thought, how would you downsize government? I mean, who's going to get laid off? Or how does that work? And I don't see that happening very often. So I thought there are ways and things we can do, and I sought after them to save some money so you could keep it in your pocket instead of the government's pocket. I have some interests at what I'd like to see done. I have one fellow that wants me to, you know, I can't see those lights. Oh, I'm done.
I'm sorry.
I couldn't wait to hear. You know, I've got to admit, I don't have every answer. And I will say this, I'm going to try to avoid taxes. It seems to be the way we're going to do this. I don't want any kind of a state income tax thinking we're going to draw up some revenue. So I would really prefer not answering, but I would study this issue. I think there's many that are out there trying to find what our solution is going to be. So I'll just wait for their probably better ideas than I have, and we'll go on with that.
Thank you. You support Initiative 11 due to your religious beliefs. Do you think an employer should be able to fire an employee solely because of that employee does not agree with your religious beliefs? For example, if that employee was working against Initiative 11 on their own time.
Speaking from my religious beliefs, I don't. You can believe what you want. To me, it's an issue that I have dealt with for 35 years, and for personal reasons, I'm against that. I probably have a few employees of my own right now, we just get right down to it, who probably believe in having an abortion, and I don't talk to them about it. I mean, that's their own business. I'd rather they didn't, because I believe this, 2 things. Number one is, after the abortion, it's not over. It's not over for years. it's not just the death of a baby, it's the emotional stress on a woman. And we're beginning to start to really look into that. There's more victims than just the baby in abortion. We got to deal with that because it's a real fact. And we're beginning to look in that because there are ladies that are coming in who have some terrible, terrible problems with it. We'll work on that. And then I forgot what the second thing was.
Fire employees.
So I won't fire them. I would rather they didn't do that, but that's their own business. And if they do that, then I hope and just pray that they will, can make it through the rest of their life because it's a tough thing. And so the answer is no, I won't fire them, and I won't harass them into changing their minds. I appreciate you asking me to be here, and I was glad I could come. This sessions we're going to meet with some really difficult decisions, I'm sure of it. And it's kind of fun to sit and listen to all people's point of view of what they're going to do when they get there. And I had some lofty ideas myself and found only that I would do well to sit on the second row of the campfire and do a little bit of listening and see what the real situations are. It's not as easy as you think. You can go with the best idea and come out of there with not a positive vote. So do your best, find out what your gifts are, and go in there and make a difference, I'd say. And you're not always going to win, but keep it good, keep your chin up, and do your best, because like Haverly said, Jeff Haverly, it's about people. It's not about yourself. There's days I walk out and thinking, man, another day, man, you think you're in heaven. But just go there and remember you're doing it for the folks back home. And that would be my advice, and that's all I have.
Thank you, Dennis.